Hello, my friends. Welcome to Lent for Everyone. Almost ending week 4, and we are Friday. This is your pastor, Yati. We're going to focus on Mark chapter 10, verses 46 to 52. They came to Jericho as Jesus, his disciples, and a substantial crowd were leaving the town. A blind beggar named Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the road. When he heard it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout out, "Son of David, Jesus, take pity on me." Lots of people told him closely to be quiet. But he shouted out louder and louder, "Son of David, take pity on me." Jesus came to a stop. "Call him," he said. So they called the blind man. "Cheer up," they said, "and get up. He's calling you." He flung his cloak aside, jumped up, and came to Jesus. Jesus saw him coming. "What do you want me to do for you?" he asked. "Teacher," the blind man said, "let me see again." "Off you go," said Jesus. "Your faith has saved you." And immediately he saw again, and he followed him on the way. What a very strong story. The reaction of the blind man, the reaction of the people to be quiet. Interesting, right? Why did they really want to stop him? Did they saw him as an unclean person who was sitting on the road and was a beggar and was lower than they? Let's think about this. And then Jesus asked him the question, "What do you want me to do for you?" And here is our life. What is Jesus being asked for from our lives? When he asks you the question, "What can I do for you?" The story has a familiar shape. It begins with an obvious need, and here is a blind beggar asking for money as they did and still do. "Take pity on me" is a normal way of saying, "Spare me some small change. Have pity on a blind man. Show me some kindness." He must have called out, those appeals 1,000 times, and perhaps then 10,000 times a day. A constant litany, only ending when he made his way home each night with such coins as generous passages by him giving him. This time you must assume it started out no differently. He'd heard that Jesus was coming. Well, son of David, huh? That sounds royal. And where there's royalty, there's money. Let's hope for a good day today. Son of David, have pity on me. What did he expect? That Jesus would tell his money man to go over and give him something? Perhaps. But Jesus has just told another man that money isn't where it's at. Is that really going to be his response? Freeze the frame there and come into it in yourself. When you get a sense today that Jesus is coming by your way, what are you going to ask him? What are you hoping he'll do for you? What are the normal requests that will bubble up out of our immediate world? The pressure of your life, money, a better home, friendship. The repairing of some relationships that's going horribly wrong, success in an exam or an interview, a good job, all sorts of things, no doubt. But then comes the moment, how easy for Jesus with pressures of every sort crowds all round, and knowing what is waiting for him when they leave Jericho and climb the long hill to Jerusalem. How easy for Jesus to deal quickly with this man and pass on to more important things. Well, there are no unimportant people in the kingdom of God. I say this again. There are no unimportant people in the kingdom of God. And here we need to change a lot. Jesus tells them to call him. Bartimaeus inks off the cloak and comes to him. Then at last, the crucial moment for Bartimaeus and for us too. What do you want me to do for you? If I were a movie director, I would freeze the frame again at this point and allow the question to echo as though down a deep well, with pictures flitting to and fro in the man's mind. What do you really want me to do? We might think, well, of course, he'll want to be able to see again. But will he? To see again would mean that his livelihood, such as it was, will be gone. No more begging. To ask for this sight would mean not only having the faith that Jesus could and would do it, it would mean having the faith that he could set off on a whole new life. A life set free by Jesus from the prison where it had been kept, but free to do what? A new, strange, dangerous world opened up. How easy for him to back down, to say, "Teacher, I need money." Play safe. Don't be extreme. Don't build your hopes up. You can feel the voices in his head as Jesus' question echoes around, bounces off the walls of his mind. No, say it, now or never. We've already shut the clock. No, let's go for the big one. Teacher, let me see again. And the deep, dark, deep well with its imaginary pictures turns inside out. And there is the sunlight and the trees and people all around and the clock lying in a heap across the street. And Jesus standing there, smiling and reaching out this hand. And the people cheering and waving and coming up to congratulate him. "Off you go," said Jesus. "Your faith has saved you." Yes, and that faith is going to be what will continue to save you. Because you're going on a journey. Healing isn't the end of the story. It's the start of a new story. The opening up of a new world. Bartimaeus follows Jesus, says Mark, on the way. Well, of course, he would. The way is one of the slogans the early Christians used for the new movement. Bartimaeus was already on it. Once you really tell Jesus what you really want, and once he really does it for you, you don't have much choice. What if Jesus asks you the question, "What do you want from me?" Are you back off, knowing the consequences, the responsibilities? Now hear me. Coming to Jesus has consequences. I'm not depriving you from wanting to something that is very good for you, and in a healing, that's not where I'm going to be, but I'm just freezing this frame also again. So, here you are. I would say ask him the question, what do you really want? Dare to ask him. Let the longing be stronger that the problem is there. Let the longing be stronger so that that problem will take away by Jesus. And he will give you a new life. And take the journey. Take it. May God bless you. And help us, loving Lord, to be absolutely clear with you about our deepest needs. And to trust you to lead us on from there wherever you want. Go with God. This is your Pastor Yeti.